Okay, so good morning everybody and good evening and welcome back in today's class. So we were discussing about the glide classes, right? So we done about the first glide class that is called the glide record, which is basically used to expose the JavaScript APIs. Now we have two things. Number one, we have server side, and number two, we have a client side. It means that there are few classes which you can use only and only which work on the client side and only which work on the server side. So like if I say, if I expand it a little bit, so you can say glide system, date time, element and aggregate. These are the just few examples. There are many more as well. It's not like only these will work. There can be many more as well. So if you want to get date and time, then you can use date and time system. In the same manner, if you go to the client side, if you want to bring something on the form level, then you should use glide form. It means two type of different classes are available for the two type of different working areas. It will not work. So if you say, can I work the glide form or can I use the glide form in the server side? No, you cannot use. It will not work for you. Okay, so now we're coming here now. And let me expand it. As the name indicates, server side means when you want to do some operations on the database side, then it is called as a server side. And it's mentioned, remember, these method will not work on the client side. This is important. Now the question comes, Atul, you are saying glide form can be used for the client side. If I need anything from the user table, if I need anything from the something I want to get from the form and take it in the background, how I can do that part? So that can be done via server side glide classes. So now remember, once this classes will be completed, then we go for the UI policy business rule. So we have to be remember that in the business rule only these things will work. On the UI policy client script, only server side classes will work, not the vice versa. This is what they are saying. Okay, so if I come down, number one is what they call as a glide system. It is again very commonly used on the server side. And it is basically used to get the this way user ID, manager name. Let's say I submit a form and once form has been submitted, my PNR has been generated. I got a message. Thank you, Mr. Atul Grover. A request has been sent to your manager, Mr. X. From where it is getting? It is getting from the glide system because it's a database operation. It's go background, check and find out for me. This is what they call as a glide system. So for this, what they're saying, normal GS is the keyword. Now let me come here and show you. Let me open the business rule because it's a server side, so we have to open the business rule. Yeah. And now if I go here and let me click on the advanced here. Go. And here just mention GS dot. So now you can see these many functions, I can say, available for the glide system, GS. Okay. So like you can say add error message. Let's say you are going to be submit a incident or some problem or some request or some knowledge article something, and you want to display some error message. Then it come from this particular part. Add error message and info message. Error message will be come in the red color. Info message come in the blue color. Like say this thing. Last year, beginning of the last year, beginning of the next month. These things. So how you bring that? By using GS is the keyword here. So GS dot. Now, if you want to try the same thing, let's say client side script. Okay, let me. And new. Let's see if I mention here GS dot. See, it will not work because GS only works in the server side, not on the client side. It's not showing any function to me. But here, if I go GS dot. So what information you want? A lot of functions are there. Messages, session ID, user, logged in user, role, hours ago. I want to get the details which are 5 hours ago, which incident has been written 5 hours ago. So in short, it is this part only. You can see. These are the functions which F integrates. This F is coming from the ServiceNow utilities, SN utilities we say. Okay, so it is coming from there only. So if I say like this here, GS dot get user ID. It means it will fetch only the user ID for me. I can say GS dot get let's say add error message. Under that you have to mention so now when I use this business tool in my table, it will show me error message as well. But for us, it is important to understand that what this glide system do specifically. And you say they mention the sys ID. Why? Maybe today I'm saving Rajesh name. Let's say I'm saving Namrata name with Namrata E. And when she get married, it become Namrata V. So I need to be just change the name. And by changing the name, it doesn't mean that I'm changing the sys ID. That is the other reason. I told that developer mainly use sys ID for their operational work. They don't use name or label kind of thing. They use a sys ID because they know that sys ID is always secure and safe. There's no change in the sys ID. Nobody can change in the sys ID. Unless you delete and you create a new field the same with the same name. Only then the sys ID will change. Otherwise, there is no way that sys ID can be get changed. So now if I scroll down a little bit more examples. So like this, they're mentioning get full name, email, location. So it's nothing. So what I'm saying, get the user in a one place and then you get everything. So like this thing. If I say here, now I want gs dot get user ID dot. So what they are saying, get full name means the user or the place or the record where this business rule is running at point of time. I want to get the user ID. This is what, sorry, get the user, not the user ID. And then you can get these many. I want the company ID of the user who logged in. I want display the name. All these things you can do it here. So by this simple command, you can get it easily. And the good one is that these all are inbuilt function. No need to be write any code for this. Just use this function and make your work done. So now we can say glide system is when I want to do some kind of operation, error message, session, tokens, user details, I can use the glide system. If I want to work on the transactional data specifically, I can use the glide record. Then you can put. So now there's a point. Let's say that I created a user for Rajesh. OK, and Rajesh is not able to see this save button. There are two reasons. Number one, there's a ACL, or number two, he don't have an access for that particular role. So how we check in the system? This is the function, small logic dimension. If gs dot has role admin. Now Rajesh is confused. Atul, how you can say that this logic will work only for the logged in user? In this case, it always use the current. This gs dot works specifically for the current record. It's not on the backend record or some previous record. No, it works on the current record. So what it's saying, if gs dot has role, it means if the logged in user has a role called admin, only then he or she can see the other things. This is what this particular logic or the scripting do here. It's not difficult. The only thing is that we should know that what are the rules available. So like this one has a rule. Is this has a rule? Maybe I need to pick up some other place. There. It means we're doing something wrong. I am sure that we're not declaring something. So it mentioned like this. I have to see whether uses or has rules. Maybe something more we have to do, declare something before to use this particular command, gs dot has role admin. OK, I know little bit confusing now, but when we go for the business rule, then these things become easy for us. If you want to save add a message, then you can use like this, and this is completely out of the box. Just dot add error message information.
We have to use if
For this one, right?
Yeah, it has rule.
Thanks. This one, because it's checking. So now again, thanks, Namrata. So again, one more thing had been clear. There are the few functions which I cannot use directly without any operators or the loops. If loop, while loop, until, because if you put gs dot this, it did not show me has role, but as soon as I put if, it show me the role as well. So chances of getting things wrong are less here. The only thing is that we should know this function. So now the question comes, Atul, how we can know this point? Because this is more important for us. Number one, try to read the out of the box business rules. Try to read out of the box client scripts. And if you're stuck somewhere, check on the Google that is any class, is any rule available, is any function available in this. Then easily you will get it, because these are very commonly used. The problem is that you and me are not using it on a regular basis, but the users who are using, they know by heart that if I want to do this thing, I have to do this part. So like this, add info messages are the commonly and simple one we can use. So by this way you can do. Now, if we want to do some date operation, date and time operation, I want to know when the incident has been created. Then we can use gs dot this one. So gs, I'm saying glide date and time. This class has been used, and it shows the timing in the GMT format. Same thing which we done, create a variable and put this class as a in the variable and use it. So now if I go here, where it is gone for the full page. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So now var dt is equal to new glide date and time. You can control and you can press the left icon key. Not sure where it's going, but it shows that it's okay. It's taking me on the developer side. So it's showing that how you can use this info format like this. So this is what it's providing. And I guess if I click on the shift and working, there's one more key available, I guess. Something is not working, otherwise it open in the service now as well and show that because this is a service now classes and it show what code has been mentioned here. It's checking on that side only, leave it. So now if I come here and show you some examples, this is what I can do. Add days local time. So it's again the functionality we're using on the variable. Like in the glide record, we're using the for variable name. In the same way, we're using this thing. Now the function has been changed. So we have dt, right? dt. Now you can see functions has been changed. If you want to get the current local time, maybe before, after, compare this one. So if I show you this example, let's say, let's go the incident. And I put it here. Create it. If I put between and I put this value, it means it's comparing. How it's comparing? It's coming from here. dt dot. Let's see anything on the between. No. It means compare. Yes. So it can use by that method. So it means if I go here, I have a lot of things like add local days. Let's say I'm in GMT time zone, you are in the IST time zone, and if I say your time zone, So get the Rajesh time zone plus 5.30 hours. Add more to make my time zone. Right? So this one you can do. Add local time. One means 1 hour. Well, sorry, 1 day I'm adding. Means 24 hours. I'm adding in this particular bucket. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt? Okay, let's proceed further now. So these are the functions, or these are the operations you can do on the date and time. Now the glide element. What it says, glide element basically work on the glide record object. And what is glide record? The table which I'm saving for my purpose. Like priority 1. Get the incident where the priority is equal to 1. So same thing we can use for the server side, not on the client side. So glide element provide the method of dealing the fields in a glide record object. So first we have to bring the glide record var variable name is equal to new glide record, and then you can use the operation work. So like this thing. Current dot state change to 7. It means for the current record, please change the state to 7. So current has an importance here. I'm working on the current record. Okay, this is what they're doing. And they're mainly going to discuss this in the chapter 5. Server-side script. So when we go for the server-side scripting like business rule and this thing, schedule job and other things, then we will see this in the more depth. Okay, but current is important point here. It's also see, you may or may not aware what current refer to at this point, but you will take a look in this particular part. So current basically to your existing record on which this business rule are running, these scripts are getting read. Okay. Then the same thing. Current dot can create. If user is able to do this part, then if user is able to create a record, then this is what it's saying in the glide one. So mainly if I go here, mention the current directly like this. See, current dot add active query. This one. Let's see, can create is there. Yes, can create is there. But it is without any loop I am putting. Maybe the logic will not work. So if I can say current dot let's say a small one. Insert. So these things work when you use the inbound actions, email inbound action. You bring the data, you are sending an email to ServiceNow, you're creating the incident and you're inserting that. Let me show you here. Just to correlate that part. Inbound actions here. And one which will say create incident. So if you see this, you will let to know this part. See, current dot insert, current dot can create. Now you're getting that from where we are discussing these points. current.insert, current.update, current.can create. These are the classes which we mentioned the here. The glide element. So if while you can use as per your requirement and you can do your work on this part. At the last, we have an aggregate, but it is not the last one. No, there are many more server-side scripts. There are many more. So glide aggregate, count, sum, average. You can use via this thing. And what is the thing? What it's saying, glide aggregate incident. It's like I'm doing the glide record, but it's saying on which table you want to apply the aggregate. I said on the incident table. And then count is the variable. Add aggregate what you want, count. You have to tell what you want, average, what you want, sum. So these things differently matter. I want to see how many incident has been created in the last 2 days. That is a count aggregate. Then this query run actually. So that is what I'm saying. This book is so very good if you do a little bit practice. So after this basic class of understanding these basics classes, when we go for the scripting, actual scripting part, then we can try to use these things. A lot of time people approach me and say, Atul, can you give us some kind of a small dummy project we can do practice? And my answer is very simple. Better you create or better I give any project, the thing which service is already given to you. Create a new application with the name incident underscore your name and try to build the same application at your site. The benefit is that in this you can able to see what's going wrong. You can have existing code as well. So you can do the practice by that manner as well. Okay. Now I come to the client side scripting. Give me a minute. Let me put the charger. एक मिनट देना. Clear? Namrata, Pooja, Rajesh. Any doubt?
Yes, Atul. No other.
So scripting is basically I'm not demotivating, not discouraging. I'm just telling you, because if you have a strong interest in scripting, then we have to know about these classes. That is the only thing. More you practice, more you learn, more you see. So you can see this is a good link. I got it. It's nothing new. It's just a developerservicenow.com and you can find it here. And you can learn that what's this particular function do. See, so it can be doing this particular formats. New glide start info dot end output. It will be like this. I want in this format, so you can mention like this. Many are there. Many are there. So this one. We have a lot of source of study and these are the authentic source. ServiceNow developer website. It's an authentic source to be read, to be studied. There's nothing that you think that it is not, it is fake something. It is authentic. But the only thing is that we did not do this part. That is a problem. So you can see API type, server global, client side. Something like this. Glide form. We're going to discuss this in C. Glide form. It's a server side. You can see. Add decoration stream. clear all form, clear message, clear form message string, disable attachment, enable attachment, add options, kind of things. A lot of things are there. So let's discuss this part. So now in the other type of class, that is client side scripting. For the client side specifically, we have number one, G underscore form. If you want to do some operations on the form level, then we have to be use the G underscore form. Definitely now it will not work on the business rule. So if you go here, and I mention this thing, G underscore form, it will not work. But if I go here in this, it's gone here. If I put G underscore form, work here. That is the first thing we have to be understand, because this is a client side, not the server side. Add decoration, add error message, add info message. Now Rajesh says, these two functions were available in the server side as well. Yes, true. But when I say server side means those run when database operation performed. These run when I'm on the form level only, on the browser side only. These run those point of time. Same thing which you can do via this thing, glide element, you can do via G underscore form as well. Let me show you here some few of the options. This one, G form, set value, get value kind of things. I want to see the records where state is 6. And then I want to be set it. So what it's saying, G underscore form dot get value of state. For the current record, get the value of the state and set this value to the 6. 6 can be resolved. Current can be anything put into the 6 number in the resolved state. So if I go here again, G underscore form, this. Very less functions are there. You can see this is set value, get value. You can do this part. If I go here, it is gone. Create incident. See, it's all the current because it is using the server side scripting. Current.impact, current.urgency, and all the things will be there. Let me see. Let me go back, and if it open, yes, update incident. I'm trying something. Let's see if it worked for me. GS again. GS means it's again on the server side. Current can write, current email. No, it's not there. No, leave it. Come here. Yeah. So this one. But you can do on the runtime. Get the value and set the value. Like with the UI policy, I want as soon as my form get loaded, I want the category should become as a database or network or inquiry or help kind of thing. This is what we are doing here. And believe me, we are checking in the wrong place because these are the database operations. If you want to see, you can go here and open the client script. And now let me show you something. Create child incident. Let's see if I get something here. G column, it's all use GA glide as X. No, that's not for us. So confusing. GNC, G underscore form, add a message here. This is what the glide record we're using. Sorry, glide. We're using the G underscore form, the server side classes we are using at point of time. So it's like this here. Okay, now let me come. So G underscore form set value, get value, you can do it very easily. The value you get and you can display as well. So if I say like this, here G underscore form get value. Let's say I want to get the value of the priority. Okay. Now G underscore form dot add info message. I can use this priority here, but for this I have to be take this priority into some of the variable. Var pp is equal to this. Now I can say pp. It means I'm referring this particular variable here. Maybe the way I'm calling it is wrong. It can be wrong as well, but this is what we can do. So it will show me the info message with the priority. This is what we are using here. I don't want to be go in the scripting now, otherwise we'll miss out this chapter. Okay, so let's understand this thing. So like this part, set mandatory. Now the question come here. As I say in the beginning, scripting is all about the mind game. If you are a hardcore developer, you prefer to go for the scripting. But I'm not a hardcore developer, I not prefer to go for the scripting. So I can make a field mandatory via UI policy as well. And I can make a field mandatory via scripting as well. Now it's up to me as a developer with following the best practices that what way I should use. Both will do the same thing. So now if I go here, let's say G underscore form dot set mandatory. Let's say I put description. Okay. Now, if I go here and open the UI policy, this one. And if I go here and click on the new, possibly tomorrow we'll start this thing. If I click on the new here, get it open quick. Let me. Okay, it's opening. Taking time. It has been stuck. There's a command to cancel these transactions as well. I found somewhere in the LinkedIn. There's a command, cancel transaction something. If you put, it will cancel the transactions as well. The running transaction will be cancelled. It's stuck now, I guess. Okay, we'll come back on this part. But the thing is that you can do this mandatory part via scripting as well and via UI policy. Now, if I ask to Rajesh, he is not a coding expert. So now you can see here. Here the UI actions come. Let me select this here. I can make it as a mandatory true and false with the drag and drop. So if I ask Rajesh prefer to go for the UI policy because it is easy for him to do. Just drag and drop, open or click some field, and he can set the value. But if I ask to Namrata, Atul, I'll put a code, no problem. One line of code is required, I'll do it. She prefer the scripting. But what is the best practice service now say? It says, if possible, go for the configuration because UI policy is a configuration. If you write a code like this, from a customization. Question can be, Atul, is this one line become a customization? Logically, if I say yes, it is a customization. Because you're not using the out of the box functionality. You are writing by your own. That is, it become the customization. So if you notice, if you get a mobile phone of any of the young generation guy, you see there's a lot of app they install. Lot of app. Snapchat, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, or could not sure that how many apps are these. To get a SMS, they have a new app. But I'm not using a new app, I'm just using the out of box functionality. Because I don't want to make my phone customized. So here the decision comes. Can I make a set display false? It means don't show this field on the form level. Can I do it from here? Yes. Visible. These things I can achieve via UI policy. Then why should I write the code? Now Rajesh has a question here. Atul, if this is the thing, then why service now give this functionality? Because there is something which you cannot achieve via UI policies. Then we have to be write the script as well. So can I write the code or the script here as well? Let's see. Can I write the code as well? No. I cannot write the code here. So I can just do these things. Maybe I need to be checked. Can I, if I open this field name, do I have get option to write a code? No. So I don't want to go in the UI policy today now only because otherwise I missed out this content. But UI policy is the very easiest one. So things which we can achieve via UI policy, better to go via UI policy only. So like this thing, you can do the g_form functions, set read only, get sys ID, these things. Now g_form is for the form things, only for the form fields. G_user for the user detail. A glide element. This is another type of glide element. Get the user ID. If I go here, _user dot. Only 700 functions. I'm not sure that why this indicating as a S. It's something, it's not function, but it's something other thing. Maybe some only for display. gs.user first name means it will just display the first name, nothing else. As soon as you log in into the instance, you get a message, welcome Rajesh. How it pick up? It pick up from here. gs_user. Go to the logged in user, current user, and pick it up for you. Now the another point come. It is important that in which sequence it is executing, on which table you're writing your code. That is more important. That is really more important. If you're executing a script which has a sequence 5 and you're executing a script which has a sequence 9, 5 and then 9 will override the 5 if this is common fields. If it is a separate field, that's fine. If it's a common field, then 9 will override the 5. Or if you put 9 and 5, then 5 will override the 9 if they're the common fields. This is what we have to be understand. There's example, you will find this kind of example in the book as well, in this book. Okay, so now if you want to do any kind of operation on the user account, then you can do it via this. And this says use the sys ID. What this mean? If I'm running a query that I want to display the first name better, I'll fetch the sys ID of that name first and then display. Because as I said, Namrata E and Namrata V is a one person. But when she was bachelor, she put Namrata E. Now she is married, she put Namrata V. There's no change in the other than this. Just her name or the last name gets changed. She's still the same employee, she's still getting the same salary, she's getting still the same designation. She's still having the same benefits, but only surname has been changed. So better to use sys ID in this case. Again, it is a developer's preferences, best practice to use the sys ID. A lot of places you will find the sys ID has been used. When they are comparing the two values, they use sys ID mainly. And then fetch the results. Okay, and if you want to show some messages kind of things, you can do like this. Word name, this login user is plus name. No, alert you can show. Now same thing, GS underscore user has a GS dot has a role and G underscore user has a role. Two things, same functionality, but two different places. One on the client side and one on the server side. That is an important point. Otherwise, if you see this has role function was in the GS underscore as well, GS dot in the glide system. And we have the same thing in the user as well. Don't feel sleepy, no problem. I'm surprised why others are not joined. Did they forget or what? Nobody from the guys joined today. Some additional client-side glide classes. Now some script examples. So better we'll not go for the script examples now. We'll go on the where to write this, because now the problem is that now Pooja and Rajesh is little confused. Atul, where to write? That is my main part. Like you say, Atul, you say, okay, Rajesh, can you make a cup of tea? But there's no kitchen where I can go and make a cup of tea. You told us that for making a tea, or I know for making a tea, I need these things, these are steps. But where to make a cup of tea? I don't have a kitchen at my place, or I don't have a kitchen here. So I cannot write. So now let's come to the third chapter of this particular book. Then we'll see a lot of examples in between as well. Summary and cover, yes. Client-side scripting. Okay. First and important point, it is very easy. In the client side, mainly two type of scripting available in the client side. Number one is called the client scripts. Number two is the UI policy. But Rajesh is smart. He says, Atul, in the first chapter, you showed us that there is a UI action also, a client side script that is come in the advance. Okay, first we'll discuss about the client scripts, or I want to discuss about the UI policies. Okay, in this what they mention. Oh, okay. So let's say client scripts. If I come here and show you some examples, I'm giving a call again. Not sure why they're not joining. Okay, let me come back here. Incident form. Okay, click on the new. Okay, now when this form get loaded, few things are automatically populated, right? If I go here and put the Fred Ludi, I do this part, something get updated. If I make a change in this value get changes. How these things are working without reloading the form. This is what the client script do. This is what the client script do. So if you notice something, let's scroll down and you have this responsive icon here. Click on this. Here you will find out that on this page, how many scripts are running. You can say UI policy, client script on load, client script on change. Means on the single form, I have these many scripts to be run. UI policy and the client script. So it means two things has been clear, that Atul on the client script can be on load or on change. When I'm loading my form, it is called the client script on load. When I'm changing any form, any field like this, from here I'm coming to here, or from here I'm coming to here, it's called the on change. Now let me come here, because for that I don't want to go on the book part, where I can go here and let's open this. Okay, client scripts, and click on the new. This is what the client script look like. Okay, it says number one, the name. Let's see LNG. On which table you want to run? That is second point. I want to run on the incident table. Okay. You want to run this client script on the desktop, mobile, or both. What this mean here? So very soon we will see that how I can build a mobile application in ServiceNow. I'll tell you that which is the app you have to be installed on your mobile phone, and then we will create a mobile application, small application. Maybe we will create a change incident problem in that mobile app. As of now, just understand this part. Okay. So as of now, if you want this policy only run on the desktop, because I log in from the laptop or the screen, web-based, okay, then it should work. No, I want it should work only for the mobile apps. No, I want it should work in the both cases. So it is up to you that where you want to be implement, only for one place or the all places. So as of now I put the desktop. Here is important. What is the difference between on cell edit and on change? What do you think, Namrata? What is the difference between on cell edit and on change? I am here. Now tell me what is on cell edit and what is on change. Yes. Namrata, what do you think? Rajesh, what is on cell edit and what is on change? The answer for this one. Let's proceed to our discussion now. So type means when you want this should run actually. This script should run. I'll say on the load. Let's say on change. So it is showing me the on change function. If I say no, it should run on the on cell edit. It is showing me the on cell edit function. No, it's showing me the on load. As soon as the form get loaded, it is showing to me, or it is on submit. If I submit this form, then it should show me. Let's say on submit. I want to say when I submit this record, I should get a message. It is a client side script. So what should I mention? GS or G underscore? Yes, Namrata, tell me. It will work GS or G underscore. Dot add info message. What I do now, let me save this. Now go here and reload this page. And let me try to submit this. Right. Save. I'm getting this message welcome. Why? Because the script has been run here. This is run on this part. Simple. Let me go here and show you on submit, right? So here you can see some examples. Okay, it's not showing an example here. Maybe at the last it will show here. On load, on submit we did, right? It's a number 3. On change, on submit. See, it is on the submit. What it's saying, G underscore user, because it is a client side. So I have to use the G underscore user. Has or ITL and G underscore form dot get value. Description is equal to blank. Then show the message. Show the message that enter a description to save. So if I write only this thing, copy and let's go here. Okay, so I'm saying G underscore form dot get value of description. Description of the incident field. This one. If it is a blank, then it should show message. Okay, now let me save this. We'll see will it work or not. What do you think? Will it work or not? Let me click on the save. Okay, we're not able to identify. Let me add one more error message. G_form dot add error message this time, not the info. Error message means it show yes or no. Or it will show the red box. Now let me reload it. And let me say I am updating this thing. And now click on the save. Yes, see, it is giving me the message now, yes or no. Why? Because I'm giving this particular option here. If you go here and you can see it's a return false. We did not mention return false. So it is going to the next page now. Again, these are syntax we have to be remember. So if you scroll down, you can find out in the box as well that how they write. This is what they write. Simple. Here, Namrata, Pooja, and Rajesh. Nobody's speaking. But I'm speaking to myself.
Yeah, I think we're getting.
Okay. That is the first part. Now, second, if I change this on submit to on load. Generally, it did not work. Okay, now another point. Maybe you have a question. Atul, can I create single client script for all the 4 types in a one go? No. You have to be create the different client scripts. So let me create a new client script now. That is on load because the function gets changed. LNG1 incident type desktop and now on load. So this you can see this thing, and here I can put, because it is again the client side, so I can put form dot disable attachment. Let's see and save. Let go here and create a new incident. Disable attachment on the load time. So you need to be notice there's no attachment here. See, if you want, I can put the message as well. Underscore user dot first name g underscore form dot can I get this first name or fn is equal to this one. Okay, now this is okay. Now save this because it's on the load. Let me load it again. Oops. Why did not work? Any idea? Any idea why did not work? Why not showing first name? Namrata, what do you think? Why it did not share the first name? Rajesh, because everything is fine, right? I'm just loading this page and I want that it should show me the first name. But it's not showing anything to me here. If I put this, let's see. If I load it again, will it work? Will it show me the message? Still not showing. It means something wrong here. Try to find out this answer. That why it is not showing me the first name. This is, and I want the first name should be there. Clear, guys? So if you go here, onload, right? Onload is first one. Let me show you some examples here. On change, onload, it is there. So it's saying set the display value. Let me show you the code here. This one. Function onload g underscore user has role itel admin set selection section display related records false. Means with this help, what I'm doing, I'm hiding the related records. I'm hiding these one related record. I'm hiding it. But why my logic is not working? That is my worry now. So get the answer for me. Okay. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt? Any question?
I'm good for today, Atul.
Good for today, right? I know it's little heavy, but no problem. We will learn this thing. Okay. That is I'm not proceeding further now. Let me take a break here and take a quick attendance. Before that, any question, Namrata or Pooja?
No, Atul.
Okay, sure.